Good morning from site. It's currently 8:58 GMT, 8:58 a.m. On Friday, day number 16 of my active on-site days. Day 16. Yesterday was a very heavy one. A lot of disappointments from people who were supposed to show up. Mason's supposed to come and do some stuff. Disappointed the day before, disappointed yesterday. We have a new crew of Masons who are going to start work today. Now, the Mason who was supposed to start yesterday sent his boy to take the lead today. And George, who is around right now, told them the work has been given to someone else, so the supervisor will call him. There are some corrections that are being done in the plumbing spaces. We're working on that. Yesterday we did some more work on tiling, bedroom, the primary bedroom. They did some good work there. And today what do we have to do today? Masonry work to do the ledges in the primary, and also bedroom number 4. So that will be done, and then the window, this window will be, repositioned so it's the same level as that one, right? So that one will be lowered so it's level with that one. Originally we were going to try and move that one so we get more space in the living room, but there's a beam there, and I think I've said in the videos already, it doesn't make sense to me that the beam over there rises higher over here. But anyway, that is what is going on today. Plumber is also here finishing the rain gutters. I'll step outside for a bit and share that. But for now, I've been talking to George since I got here like 7:30. So we've been just working around, talking about the tiling work that has been done so far. And I let him know that I'm pleased with what has been done. I would have been excited if these people had started, but I get it. Sometimes people are already busy working somewhere else. Just as I wouldn't want someone who's good yanked off my project, I wouldn't expect the same thing done for me. Right? So it is what it is, but we're here now. The guys are good, I'll tell you that. Calm demeanor, both of the head guys, calm demeanor. They seek me out when they need something, and they seem to be, have a good handle on the tiling. And the primary bathroom one is the one that they've been working on since the day before yesterday. So I'll show you what they've done, and then I'll take a break for a little bit. But this is what they've done so far. So where they're laying, there's going to be a ledge underneath it. There's going to be a wall underneath it. And this is what we have so far. We're almost done with this bathroom at this point. Because they finished, they're not going to lay the bottom one until the floor is done.
Spesa in the locker.
yeah, so that was that. I'll take a step outside and show you. You probably saw it yesterday's video, but I'll just do a quick, cap on this. Turn this around. So as you can see, the rain gutter, temporary rain gutter, the downspouts, the temporary downspouts have been run from over there, from that side, comes all the way here and terminates in the corner over there. And then another one starts from that side and it's going to wrap around to this side, to finish that side, and then connect all the way to the back, right? To connect the ones in the back to it. I believe there are like 5 spouts in the back, if I'm not wrong, that they'll need to be they're connected to. They'll finish today. That's the hope. Plumber said he was tired. Let me zoom this back out. Sorry, I didn't mean to make my face dark massive. Plumber said he was tired, and I told him it's good he came to finish today, because he'll say you are tired, and if you're not careful, you're gonna rest today, and you might rest tomorrow, and then you have to come back here on Monday. So if he banks it out today, Friday, then he doesn't need to worry about next week. So yeah, so give this view. So now this is another start, and this wraps around from the back side and terminates over here. This is a soak away, so this will connect to here, but we want to put a tap on here so we can harvest rainwater every once in a while. So yeah, we have I'll get out of you guys this way. Yeah, us George and Quinn talking. Get out of their way. But as you can see, this goes over there. And terminates over here. So what is left to connect to that side that I showed you are 1, 2, 3, 4. So he needs to run and catch. So catch from here with an elbow, right? Like an elbow joint over there, like that one. So start from here with an elbow, run it all the way over there. That one gets a T. So that will get a T joint. And then the T connects this pipe to that pipe. Another T, and then they'll wrap an elbow around, I think, to catch the other side, to finish it up. So hopefully it'll be done today. There are some works that need to be done, on the inside, and you can probably hear hammering because the plumber needs to realign the drains for the bathrooms. So that's what he's working on. It's funny because when you look at this window, these two windows from the back, they look pretty straight. Right, they look straight when you're looking at it from here. I haven't put a level on it, but it looked pretty straight. But when you go on the inside, this is the one that slants this way. So, a lot of problems. Supervision is key, man. I believe there's this assumption that people will someone before you will do the right thing, right? And if you carry that assumption and you don't double check or verify, you are going to end up, putting what should have been good on a wrong surface. And I think that's what happened there. The window people assumed that the wall was plumb and level, and it wasn't. So they put their stuff on it without putting a level on it. But anyway, yeah, so a lot going on. Today is Friday. This is technically my last full week here. So I travel tomorrow and I won't be back to site until Monday. So I'm going to be here today and try to see as much as possible what I can get done today, like what they can get done in my presence today. Hopefully the tilers can stay until the work is done, because just them going and coming back, all of that, the traffic, Monday morning rush hour, all of that delays them too. So hopefully they will agree to stay and hopefully work through Sunday also. That will buy me some time. That by the time it's ready, like I'm ready, it's time for me to go. They probably have done enough that I can determine what to do next. All right. The guys are. I have no complaints about them so far. Once again, I'm not rigid. I want perfection, but I know it won't be squeaky clean. Nothing in construction is. So, even in best showroom videos you watch of houses being showcased, there is always something that if you're paying close attention, you'll see. But if it's minute in the grand scheme, it's acceptable. You live with it, right? So that's where I'm at. We'll see what happens this coming week, but first we'll see what happens today. All right. I'm very content with what this team is doing. They take their time, they communicate, and they look like they know what they're doing. So far so good. I told George I have no complaints about this new crew. And sometimes I regret them not starting, but it is what it is. So, yeah, time to put this away. I'll pick it back up again, and we can talk later.
Come back.
Ema medidiwa.
Listen.
All right. Sadiq. All right, so this is somewhat finished. We'll have to do a ledge over here. So the work will finish once the ledge comes because they would have to wrap around the ledge. All right. But so far, so good.
It's good fire cleaning it. Because this one I need to employ the guys to come and do. Should be clean up.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I liked about them. When they came in here, these iron rods were here. They moved it and then they cleaned this area and now they clean after themselves. If everyone did that.
Yes, this is very, very
If everyone did that. But we'll be bad, so they'll just do it and leave it alone.
and just leave it that way.
Yeah. Our mentality sometimes is insane. All right, so the guys moved to the kitchen. This window has been taken down, so the space down, we'll fix it later. Kitchen wall in progress. Should I go and buy the battery for the level? I should buy it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Right, so the ledge for bedroom 4 has been formed. So now the only thing preventing us from finishing the tiling work here is the shower system, which I'm still waiting for. But the ledge has been constructed. So now the tilers would have to come and wrap the tile around this, right? Wrap around it. So instead of a niche, this is a ledge. So imagine that being like your shampoo bottle or something, right? Sitting on this ledge with a little gentle slope so the water falls off, right? There's enough space to put probably, let's say, 2 bottles even next to each other like that, right? Right? Imagine, like there's enough space to stack. If the biggest Costco bottle or Sam's Club bottle of shampoo or body wash or whatever can fit there nicely. So, I'm happy with the, what it's looking like. And I trust these tilers to do an amazing job with the wraparound. I cannot wait to see what they end up doing with it. Those guys are amazing. I like their attention to detail. Finishing is something that I can say they pay close attention to, and maybe it's the Togo, the Togo part of it, because the French and their finishing, right? The architectural beauty, maybe that has something to do with it, that they make sure everything looks nice. Not just that it's functional, but it's also aesthetically pleasing. So they're working on it. They're currently in the kitchen. I showed a video before I came this way of them in the kitchen doing work there. I made an observation that once they finished the master and they got to the kitchen area, it looked like the work was moving faster, and it makes sense because the tile that they're using is smaller. They went from 750 to 600, so lifting it is a one-person deal instead of 2, and it's making things move a little faster for them in the kitchen. So they told me that they would work on what they, like this empty spaces that they are touching brand new, and once they finish all of that, they'll go and finish off what the other team started but didn't finish, right? Before they move to the open areas. The amazing thing is that I asked if they could stay through here, if they could stay on site through the process, and George talked to them and they agreed. So that's a good thing. This is another place that needs to be tiled, but we cannot do much until the masons finish this off. It's not a big space, right? So it's probably something that they could bang out real quick once they have the settings. The tricky part will be cutting the tiles, to match the slope of the stairwell, right? That tangent, they would have to figure out, how to cut them. But I believe that they will do a good job at it, based on everything that I've seen. Yeah, so this is, at this point, this is the only powder, or this is the only quote-unquote bathroom area that has not been touched by any tiler. But getting there, they said once they finished the walls, they would move to the open area upstairs and start laying those big tiles. So looking forward to it. I don't know if they can do it today. If they start today, it will be amazing so I can actually see it set off. Otherwise, I'll miss tomorrow because I'm traveling. I won't be back on site. Once I leave here today, I won't be back on site until Monday morning. So, day 16. This is my last day on site this week until next week Monday. So next week Monday will end up being day 17. I might ask for videos of things that I've done when I'm not here, and I could probably share them as when I was absent. But I could also just wait and get here and show you what it was there on after I got back to site on day 17, right? Just realize that I'm not counting the days calendar-wise. I'm counting the days that I personally am active on site, right? That is the reason why the first week I counted to 6, because I did Monday through Saturday. And then the following week, I only did Monday through Friday. So the count, it's not, multiplied by 3, even though this is week 3. All right, so I'll set this down, take a little bit of a break, and then, I'll come back and see, what it's been up to. But this is moving faster. When I was here earlier, they were moving to the left side, and now they are to the right side. I'll show you. It's moving really, really fast. Yeah, so there's been a change of plan. The idea was to carry from here all the way to that side, but they said the slope is not great. So the slope comes this way instead. So he's starting from there, and then he'll come and terminate it on this wall. So that's what he's working on. Tiling is still ongoing in the kitchen. As I said earlier, it seems like the kitchen part is moving faster because the tiles are lighter, and because the size is smaller. Kitchen is 600 by 1200, so it's moving pretty fast, and because it's not heavy, once they hit the base on the bottom, they can stack on top of it, as long as the stilt on the bottom is good enough. Filmed this from the outside, but this is the inside view. As you can see, there's a line over there, the level line. It's a pencil line, yeah, right there, that line. Right. So basically now, these two windows are level from the bottom. So they should be level. And then once they put the windows in place, we would have a similar gap right there. That similar gap over there will be over here. And then once we dress them, they'll be all fine. The masons are here. So, they're working through some things that need to be done. One of the work that they need to do is create the entire, I think they're in there now, creating the ledge for the primary bath. Yep, so they're mixing. There you go. Yeah, so just like you saw in the previous video where they did the ledge for the bedroom 4, they will do the bedroom 4 is like almost like a half ledge, right? It's just the distance of the shower cube because the toilet is beyond that. But in the primary, on that back wall is the shower and then also the bathtub. So I decided to create the ledge corner to corner, like some wall to wall. That way, the shower can use the same ledge, and the tub area can also use that ledge, right? Just had it one long one instead of running in segments. What I'm really excited about is how these guys will wrap the tile around the ledge wall that is erected. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do it. So far, these guys have impressed me. They are calm about what they do, but they move fast. They came into the kitchen today and they're almost done. So they have this wall, they haven't touched it. But then, let's go take a look at what plumber has done. We'll see. I think it was almost done, terminating at the top when I last came. Yeah, almost done. So now they terminated over here. And then they'll bring it down this wall. Yeah. So they're on it. We almost have a complete rain guarder system here shortly. Mayo, did we check that one yet? No. The one that was leaking? No. So plumber said if this was his house, he wouldn't remove the vents that we've put up. He will make them permanent. And I told him I'm not removing them anytime soon. The house has to be, pretty much done. When I know no workers, like the walls are painted and all of that, then I'll go ahead and install the permanent ones that I got. But for now, this would have to do. I have the materials for the other ones. But if this is functional, it'll work until we paint the walls. Right? I have to change the soffits too. This place is a little dusty, so I knew I was doing something to cover things for a while. I don't like them. They're kind of flimsy material, but I was doing it for something that is, cheap and practical in the moment for a construction site. But once it's all said and done, I will change these. And I'll probably get the ones that come pre-perforated. I had to tell them to perforate some of them in the front because if you get the ones that come pre-perforated in some sections, what that does is whatever heat is trapped in the attic space, it will be, some of it will be released through the prefabricated vent holes. But one day at a time. I'm really, 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 really happy with the new tilers. Things happen for a reason. You wouldn't understand it. And I'm grateful that someone had to leave for a new good group to come. So far, I have not a whole lot to complain about, right? And I'm pleased with them. I'm pleased with the work that they do. And I know, what is even more, sorry, flies bothering me, hovering around my ear. So, I like what they've done. And do you need help? Okay. Yeah, so I like what they've done. I like, the fact that, they're moving fast, especially the kitchen today. They've moved pretty fast in the kitchen. It's not done yet, but they move pretty fast. And if they can keep up that through tomorrow, and if they decide to work on Sunday, what is even more pleasing to me is that they have decided not to leave site, right? So they will stay here. And if they do that, that means we can push the work forward and not have to worry about traffic or rain or whatever delay them. They're already here, right? I'll figure out a way to reward them for us agreeing to stay until we finish. When that is, I don't know. But my time is running out. I would have loved by now. So imagine if these people were the ones who started. I'm pretty sure we would have been at the point where we are closing out some spaces, because the whole of last week not a single tile was laid. Right? Monday the guys came, but they didn't work. And then Tuesday I came and they had gone on Monday, so no tile was laid until this Monday of this week, right? So yeah, we're here. We're doing the best we can, and I'm happy. I'm happy with this crew. I can question all I want why they weren't the first people to come, but I think I said it earlier in another segment that if they were working somewhere else, just like I wouldn't want someone to get yanked off my project, I'm glad they didn't get yanked. So yeah. Alrighty, that's plumber asking for silicone, but yeah, one day at a time. It's almost 4 o'clock. I plan to leave here by 6, get home and get to gathering a little bit of things. We'll go to Takoradi overnight, so we'll fly in tomorrow, Saturday, and then come back Saturday morning, early morning, and then have a bag. Sorry, I'm relaying the message that was still by plumber to him that he didn't hear. But we'll fly out early tomorrow morning, so we have all day tomorrow and all day Sunday. I couldn't find an early flight back to Accra, so we're gonna fly out in the evening from Accra to Takoradi and back, It's about 45, 50 minutes one way, or each way. I hate that I'll miss probably them laying the floor tiles when they start, but you know, I decided to travel. Work needs to continue. Um, it's been a while since I've been back in Takrady. I think the last time I was there was Christmas of 2023. After my mom's 1 year, I've never been back, but I've come to Ghana every year since then. 24, 25, and now 26. So I'll go, you know, go say hello to family, and then come back on Monday evening, get back to site on Sunday evening, get back to site Monday to see what has been done. You know, take it from there. The question becomes, do I reward them before I leave to kind of like spike them up, or do I reward them after I come back? You guys can help me with that, because by the time I post this video, that decision would have already be made. But you know, I pray that I do the right thing. They like what they do, and you can see that. Right? You can see that they like what they do, and that's always a blessing if you find a tradesman who actually enjoys their work. Actually, not only a tradesman, right? They say if you choose the right profession, you never work a day in your life, and it seems like they're having fun, right? But it still is clear to see though. Once they finish the master bathroom, that bathroom is big, right? And the tiles are big and heavy. Once they finished the bathroom and they got into the kitchen, they were moving like, you know, it's almost like someone who picked 100 pounds and then is given a broomstick to lift up. That's how it felt watching them. And anyway, thank you for following the journey. I'll probably pick the camera again. You know, I have 2 hours still here. And you know, once again, thanks for everything. Thanks for watching the videos, the comments, the side comments, you know, off of YouTube, the calls, you know. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for being there, supporting me, you know, encouraging me, praying for me. That's important, you know, and I pray that your journey is less hectic than mine has been. All right, we'll talk soon.
Nti ɛsoro no 4 courses pɛ bi bɛ na ɛfa yɛ ana 3.5. 4.5.
We are taking records of today's work.
Me, I'm taking records of my future kitchen.
Yes. Alright.
So basically what is left is up here. All right, all that. So up there. And once they finish, they can't do the bottom yet. Same rule applies. They would have to finish the floors and then put the bottom tiles on, right? The bottom wall tiles on, so it sits on the finished floor. I was telling one of the guys here earlier, a few minutes ago before I picked up the camera, that this is the space where their skill will be tested, like their artistic skill will be tested, because the wall tiles are 600 by 1200, but the floor tiles are the same tiles that run through the house, 750 by 1500. But everything that I've seen, I believe they can knock it out. I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried. I think they can knock it out. Yeah. So if you pay attention, you realize that this side, we broke the symmetry rule a little bit here, but I like that it's not, too skinny on that side, because there's going to be an island here, and the island will break whatever is going on over there. So yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. I like the work. They did good. They did good. It's looking good, and I like the selection of the tiles again. The white, the veins are kind of muted, not as muted as the other bathrooms though. But I wanted this to be a little different. That's the kitchen. It has to have its own character. So far so good. Once again, if you want tiles like these, really, really quality tiles, affordable prices, you know where to go. The at BCS, our BCS channel is at Build Connect Solutions Limited on YouTube. Will help you source things like this, or even better than mine. Okay, you can go fancier than I did. I'm really almost, for lack of a better description, vanilla. I like simple, timeless things. So you can be, flamboyant if you want to. Will help you be there. You can go wilder than I did in my primary bathroom. We can help you do that. Okay, we're here to help. Just reach out and we can help you. Thank you. All right, 5:35 on a Friday, 5:35 p.m. I'm going to, get ready to head out of here. I won't be back on site until until Monday. So I'm doing my recap video for today. There are some things that I regret that I won't be here for, but I've asked for a favor to get part of that filmed. So what you see here is from MC Boshmi, right? It's from MC Boshmi, and it's called MC Hydro 1 Plus, right? So basically, what you do is you take, so each gallon should be able to mix about 10 bags, I think they said. 10 bags. Is it 10 bags? Or it's half 10 bags? Anyway, the guy, the supervisor or the foreman knows, and Kobe said he was going to come tomorrow to help too. So basically, what you have to do is take half of that, mix it in how much water you would need to mix 5 bags of cement. It's either 5 bags or 10 bags. So let's just say 5 bags, right? So if half mixes 5 bags of cement, what you do is that the water in which you wanted to mix the 5 bags of cement, you pour half of that gallon in the water, mix it, and then you use the mixed water to treat, to mix your mortar, right? So you use that water to mix your mortar, and then that is what you use to plaster. There's a part that he said was a little tricky, so you don't do the traditional one. So basically, you slap on it, and then once you slap it on it, you wait, and then you try to render, because he said if you try to render right away, it'll fall right off. Right? So you have to slap it, wait for it to like stick before you use, your plastering, whatever, trowel or whatever, to run over it. Anyway, so that's that. But I've asked that all of these be videoed for me as much as they can. The only thing is it will not be in a journal form like I have this, so it'll be a different kind of video where I just give you highlights of what I missed when I was in here. The tilers are going to stay. They're going to stay. So, which means that they'll work tomorrow and they'll probably work on Sunday. And I haven't told them I'm traveling, but when I come back, if they have exceeded my expectations, then I'll surprise them. Right. What else have been done today? Plumber finished his, I'm saying they're temporary. Plumber is telling me if this was his house, he would never change them. He would leave them on as permanent. I guess he's proud of what he's done. So if you take a look, there are 3 terminal points for the rain gutters, 2 spit out on the side. So there's this one that spits into that barrel, right? That white barrel, right? If you can see, one spits into that, right? And that one catches the front from the security post area all the way into that, right? That white barrel has a faucet. So whenever rain goes in there, we can fetch water from that, right? To use for work. And then if you look at the very back wall, I'll go around so you can see that one. So whatever is in the back also spits out there. We haven't done the runoff yet. Victor, you leaving? Hey Joe, thank you so much for your help. And we can go back up.
It depends.
It depends on what.
Anytime you can achieve, around.
Okay. Actually, my takra diabo.
Okay.
So I'll be back on site on Monday. But let's talk before that. I'll call you when I get home. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, sir. Merci. I said I'll talk to you. Yes, sir. Akbar. Yeah, so he said the work became a lot more because I gave him a little more than we originally talked about. But anyway, let me get back to the video. So this whole front, right from here, is what spits into that white bucket, the white tank that I showed you. Now, this side where we used to get the most beating, we terminated over here and we ran it off onto the side for now, just temporarily. The reason is we want to see two things. Like originally I was thinking about, let's put like a tap here, right? So with a valve, so that when there's the need for water here and when it's raining, we can turn the valve off and then turn the faucet on, so that whatever water comes, stops out the valve, we can get into a bucket for usage, right? But then the runoff will come over here. As much as I want to see this in action, I also don't want it to rain, because tomorrow they'll work on this and I need that to work. So, unfortunately, it won't happen while I'm here, because there were a lot of delays. Mason side, the guys bringing me the chemicals got delayed as well. So we're here. It's okay timing. We'll do the best we can with what we have and take it from there. So all of this, they'll start the plastering tomorrow. Now, everything in the back, the initial idea was to take it from here and tap all the way to the end, but Victor realized that the slope was actually this way. It's kind of weird. I would think it would have gone that way, downhill, but the slope is this way. So we ran it from here, and instead of just spitting it out here, because this place is not expansive and because of the aquifers on the bottom, I'm afraid that it might find its way back to the house. So what I've asked to do temporarily is to run it this way, this length. So whatever comes down will run all the way this way. And for now, we spit it out here. Why out here? Because I want to learn how much rain we get from this side, right? And if we figure it out and we know by looking at how much rain gathers here after rainfall, then we'll be able to know that we can run our permanent drain system through here, rain gutter, and spit into what will be the underground system that will be here, right? It's in the works. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're going to do like we're going to do an elevated walkway over here anyway to hold the water treatment stuff on the very end. But instead of having void on the bottom, useless, I said if we're going to do the downspouts, we might as well harvest the rainwater, just looking at how much water we get. So this will be a test of how much water we get, and if only one of them needs to go into the cistern, or if we should connect all of them to the cistern. Right, so that's a test. So once again, all of this will be worked on tomorrow. And then the middle one that I was showing you comes over here. I don't like this for now, but because I told them that we need to harvest, it's okay, right? The reason why I don't like it is because it blocks the pathway, right? If you wanted to come this way, you would have to, go limbo underneath it, right? Yeah, so that's it. So that's it for the outside. I'll take one walk through the inside again, and then I'll wrap this video up for day 16, week number 3 of my trip this summer. And yeah, so all these boxes that you see over here, all of these are my permanent rain gutter stuff, right? You can see, inside 90-degree inside corner, 5.5 inch, gutter joiner,